Right, okay, so in for upper today, it's the exact same session as the last video, but I'm going to try to talk about some plans for shows next year. I get asked, I was going to say quite often, it's not that often, but I get asked a few times what sort of shows or when I'm planning to stand on stage again next. And you know, I took this year off just to grow. I'm young, I need more tissue, everyone needs more tissue. I think 2025 will be the year that we go back, and that's sort of in my head the plan, to go for early shows in 2025. And obviously I'll kind of break that down into this video, kind of the plan moving forward in my head, as nothing's set in stone. What I want to do differently to last prep, and why, and just train. But we're doing incline dumbbell press movement 1. You just saw my my warm up there, which was with the 60s. I come in, I do 35s, 45s, 60s, 70s for 1, and then we'll go to 75s for a working set last week, which wasn't on the YouTube video, it's on my Instagram, that set. We got 75s for 6 or 7, I can't remember off the top of my head, I'll have a look. But we'll hopefully see if we can get some more today. I'm feeling pretty strong in the warm-ups, touch wood. Yeah, fucking buzzing with that. 75s for 9, and last week I got 75s for 7. 2 reps up, and I've actually like I'm about 1.5 kilos down over the past few days, because I was just really shit at planning. I went down to Alpha Neon on Thursday to see Alpha Neon and my client Elliot, who's 7 weeks out now, just gone 7 weeks yesterday. Food was all over the place there, travel was long. Then Friday I travelled back to Leeds. Friday was all over the place with travel, fucked my food up. Saturday, Sunday we were seeing people, seeing like friends and family and shit, all over the place. So I'm about like 1 kilo and a bit down from like what I was when I last pressed this, and I'm 2 reps up, so buzzing, fucking buzzing. We'll go to 70s for a back off. Just get as many as I can, to be fair. Come on. Right, okay, so Dumbbells went really, really well. Very happy with the strength gains today. Strength increase, I don't know. Happy with that. This felt okay today as well. I think that top set took it out of me. I like fucking battered me going into this, but still had a good set. Good 2 sets, even working sets. Now we're gonna move on to a pec deck. It would be this tricep dip machine, but it actually broke, and we don't have a dipping station, or whatever you want to call it, at this gym. So I'm just going to go straight to pec deck, and then I'll get to the back movements. Got quite a few things to get done today, so I don't want to be here for too much longer. But I also don't want to skip out the rest of the session, if that makes sense. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about, obviously, what I said the topic of this video would be, with like regards to plans for next year's shows. I'm more leaning towards early shows next year. Now, I've done 2 seasons competitively. Both of those seasons had been like September to October shows, so like back end of the competitive season as an amateur. So kind of wanted to lean towards earlier shows next year and see where we kind of stand there. Potential for a show abroad would be really, really cool. Be an experience to do like a bigger, cooler show, to go abroad and do it and kind of manage all of that, because you've got to take more things into account with that, you know, peaking a body in different conditions. You know, like I don't really do well with heat, and if I go to Spain, which is sort of my plan, that's something that we'll have to take into consideration. Obviously still with Tom. Tom has done that many of the times with so many different types of physiques. He knows what to do, and I trust him fully. And yeah, basically we're just waiting for the 2025 calendar to come out, which shouldn't be too much longer now. As soon as actual dates are released, we'll come up with a like set in stone plan, or close enough to set in stone plan, of what like regionals and what potential pro qualifiers we try. But who knows? When I say pro qualifiers, I'm all for believing you're good enough and like manifestation. I love that shit. Like I genuinely believe in that stuff. But at the same time, I'm also one to not be like, I wouldn't sit here and be like, yeah, I'm going to go pro next year. I'd love to. I really want to. But like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, I'm going pro next year. Because that shit hurts when that doesn't happen. And at the end of the day, you don't have control over what happens. You have control over what you can do. But, you know, anyone can show up to these shows. Especially if I choose a show over in Spain, where they're like absolutely fucking stacked. Who knows? Who fucking knows? Oh. I mean, I kind of learned that the hard way last year, giving it all the talk about, you know, I want to go win the British with PCA and stuff, and then fucked up the end of my prep, and that still hurts. Like, that still fucking hurts, and I think about it a lot, and I don't want that to ever happen again. And I just don't want to do that again. I obviously know what I can do, and I know what I'm capable of, and I fully believe myself and believe in myself and fully back myself to go to do those things. Whether that be next year or the one after or 4 or 5 years down the line, who fucking knows? It will happen. But we just put our head down, we put our work in, we document it because I want to, and we'll see what happens. But that's sort of the rough idea in my head. Probably start a prep like January, February time. Once that comes around, obviously we'll go into a prep. Probably won't need as long as a prep as we did last year. Last year we did 18 weeks, I think, or 16 weeks, something like that. I can't actually remember off the top of my head. I reckon 14 weeks would be probably a good idea. Maybe like 12 to the first show, 14 to the show I want to like be my best at. But who fucking knows? Until the calendar comes out, I can't make a decision. And I would say to Lucy the other day, like, I don't want to have in my head like, yeah, I'm 100% wanting to do this show, and then the calendar comes out and the dates are further away than I thought, and it ruins the whole plan, and it doesn't go to plan, because that would really annoy me. So in my head, we're aiming for the earlier shows to start a prep in January, February time. But let's get on with the session. We'll go to pec deck now and crack on before we go to back. Right, when it comes to this side bench pull down, I connect really, really well with it when I have a nice curve in my spine, keep my chest nice and high, don't let the shoulders come out and like lose connection with the lats. Keep it all locked in, nice and tight movement, pull really, really nicely into the chest, kind of open up the sort of path as these like move a little bit, sort of like open it up into your chest, come up, open up into your chest. Really, really fucking nice movement. I connect probably, I don't think I connect better with another pull down than this one at the moment. So I'm absolutely rinsing it. As you can see, I'm probably not going that heavy. Nice and controlled movement. Beautiful, beautiful. And I've seen so much progress in my back in the last like couple months since we've got this and since I've had it in my split. So yeah, we'll do a couple sets here and then we've got a couple sets on upper back row. And then that's 2 back movements in this session. So sort of like a top up on back. Thursday's upper session, which I will probably film this week or next week. I don't want to just do upper sessions in this series, if that's what you want to call these videos. The Thursday upper session is like back focused and a top up of chest. So, or top up of push, so chest and delts. One more set here, rows, and then might pose. We'll see. Just finished up on the session. I did do an upper back row. Didn't film it because like the 3 bits of kit around it were being used. Didn't really want to put my camera in the way of the other people. But yeah, that's the session done. It's basically chest and a touch upper back. No arm volume today. No direct delt volume. We'll obviously get a little bit from the pressing, but no crazy delt volume in there anyway. That will come in later in the week. And yeah, obviously touched on the plans for shows next year. I think, what was I going to say? I think so to round it up in regards to what I was talking about earlier, we'll go for earlier shows next year, a slightly shorter prep. The main reason for the slightly shorter prep was I burnt out quite quickly last year. With the slightly longer prep, if you look at it from the beginning of prep to the end of prep, not to the first show, to the end of prep, it was like 22 weeks total. That fucked me up. Like, my body just stopped responding after a while. I just ended up getting worse, and that's why, you know, the British finals at the end of last year just didn't go to plan. And it's a learning curve. You know, it's the first time I've had a longer prep like that, and it was also the first time prepping with Tom. So Tom's obviously now taken that into account, going to aim for a shorter prep next year to avoid burning out. 2-3 shows max. Pick the shows strategically when the calendar drops, and when that calendar comes out, we'll go through it together. We'll come up with a plan, and obviously I'll talk about it on the YouTube as well. So easy days. I'm very excited for it, but got to finish this off season strong. Not too much longer left when you think about it, so I'm going to try to film as much of it as I can before we even go into a prep, and get that prep series going again. But hope you enjoyed today's video. I am now going to be a lot more consistent, I promise. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my links in the description, my Instagram's down there, and also Alpha Neon, the new clothing drop, is live, so make sure to go check that out. Get yourself some supplements. I've got my own stack on the website. If you go to the stacks section, they've got the Connor stack, which is Hydronate, which is a hydration product, Pump to Fuck, non-stim pump product, and Maximum Carnage V2, which is like a daily driver pre-workout. Those 3 mixed together are like my favorite 3 supplements. If you buy all 3 together on that stack, you get 15% off at checkout. So I don't know why you wouldn't do that. You're gonna save yourself a lot of money and get fucking jacked at the same time. Get some sick clothing. Content at 10%, content at checkout gets you 10% off. Enough plugs. I'll catch you in the next video.